Okay, here's the final result of the double-sided circuit board, and as you can see, I went ahead and did the display board too, which is also double-sided, and it was a lot more straightforward, but used pretty much the same techniques. But yeah, there's a lot of errors I made in the design of this stupid thing, because again, I didn't really think the thing was going to work, period. I mean, I didn't, not only, because remember how I, just had one little section of this design in KiCad, and then I had to copy and paste it to make the whole board and all that. I really didn't think that was going to, work out properly. I thought that was probably going to cause errors on the, in Flatcam or whatever. And then on top of that, I didn't think the board would route, double-sided, not a board this sophisticated, particularly with traces going between some of the pins and all that. So, but it did. But even if it did come out, I didn't think I'd be able to solder it. But as it turns out, it soldered quite well as long as you use a soldering iron with a really fine tip. That was actually pretty straightforward, and a magnifying lamp. So, you can see I got this thing running about 2 megahertz right now, to test it, and tested the shift register with my little logic thing. But, like I said, I did have to make a lot of corrections to this. I put a couple of inverters on these timers because the count wasn't coming out right. They weren't resetting properly, going from, device to device, because as it turns out, these are a lot more complicated since they're synchronous counters, the 161. So yeah, I mean, I had to verify on a simulator that putting some logic gates would fix that problem. And the little display board, I made some mistakes. Same reason, because like I said, I really did not spend any time at all trying to make sure that this design was good. Because again, I thought it was kind of wasting my time. I thought it was only just an experiment to do a double-sided circuit board. I didn't think it would actually work. That the circuit board would come out usable. I had my doubts. But to top that off, I didn't even want to do this circuit in period, because I have a lot simpler of a version of this, just based on almost just an Arduino alone will give me 90% of this functionality. It just won't be as fast as this thing would be. I mean, again, this thing could clock down to, certainly 100 to maybe even 50 nanoseconds or less. So, which is good for a timer. But at any rate, I did it anyway, but I still think I'm probably going to dump the project because, and I'll go into this in a minute. Holy shit, man, I can't see anything on this. Huh. I don't know where that is. This is all blue. I can't see anything. Well, this is the circuit anyway. I don't know why it's not coming out in this camera. I could probably try to turn the screen black or something. That would be a pain in the ass. But yeah, I'll cover this in a few minutes. But yeah, I think that this is going to be too complex of a project, but I'll detail this later in the video or in a separate video. But this is pretty complex. Again, I'm probably just gonna go and do my simple one, because this thing will take a couple of months worth of work. Anyway, I thought I would go ahead and cover the fact that I've already changed out my table here. So you can see I mounted a board like this, and you can see I used, a bolt with a wing nut that goes right through the table, and I countersunk the head on it, and I got the tape that I haven't peeled off yet, and here's, a piece of that expanded PVC I'm talking about, which I, bought several pieces of, some blue versions of it and stuff from Amazon, but, anyway, this was to get taped to the top of the table, and tape alone will hold it down just fine, believe it or not. And then you'll end up taking those strips of tape off and attaching this board. And this tape is removable. You can peel it off once you're ready to change this panel out. So again, you can do several of these panels before you'd have to throw this backing away. But again, you won't break any drill bits or router bits or anything going through this, because it's so soft but firm. I mean, it's really, really actually rigid stuff, but but again, it's actually really soft material. So as far as a drill bit is concerned, it is. So anyway, but that's how, the machine's going to be used for now on, is in kind of a stack like this. So when I'm done with one of these, I'll, change it out with one of the others. So anyway, I just thought I'd cover that there.